Hello everybody and welcome back to the Let's Explore Pilates YouTube page. My name is Kaylin and today we have a strength times Pilates workout. This one is going to be challenging. It is more on the advanced side. You're going to need 2 dumbbells, just like 2 to 3 pounds. I have 3 pounds here. I know this is going to hurt later, and I also already have on ankle weights. So if you don't have your ankle weights on, go ahead and grab this. Like I said, this is a little bit more of an advanced class. However, if you want to simplify it a little bit, or you just think it's getting too much for you, you can always take off the ankle weights and go ahead and drop the dumbbells. But they're there to really challenge you, to really push you. So with all that being said, let's jump right on into it. So we're going to start just on our hands and knees here on the mat, just getting ourselves warmed up a little bit, connected to our breath. So let's start with some cat-cows. So inhale, round the spine, bring your gaze towards your thighs, and then exhale, bring your gaze up towards the ceiling, really extending the spine. Good. Again, inhale and exhale. Keeping with this motion, feel free as we do this warm-up to kind of take what you need to get yourself prepared and ready to move into things here. So maybe you add a little circle with that spine. You flow into it a little bit more. Maybe you reverse that circle, or maybe you just keep with those normal cat and cows. Good. Let's just do 2 more here. Last one. Amazing. From here, let's just reach that left hand up high to the ceiling. Get a nice big stretch, rotating towards the left. And then bringing this left arm underneath the right and underneath that body to cross over to the other side. Amazing. Let's do 2 more like this. Just getting a little rotation in that spine, really opening up the left side of the body. This feels very good. All right, one last one. And bring that hand underneath the right. Okay, let's come back center and just do the exact same thing on the right. So reach the right hand up high, pull it underneath the body, crossing over to the other side. You guys know the drill. Reaching the right hand, really twisting. Can you twist and open up that right shoulder even more before you twist it underneath that rest of your body? Good, one more. Reaching up high to the ceiling and pulling it back under. Let's meet back in that downward dog. Now I want you just to roll out the wrist a little bit because we're going to be in some planks. So just roll out those wrists. Go ahead and roll out the ankles as well. Just getting everything nice and loose here. Amazing. I want you to come and bring your hands planted down onto the mat, and we're just going to go ahead from here and lift those knees up just about 1 inch or 2 off the ground. So you're just coming to a hover, and then you're tapping them back down. We're not setting them down, we're just tapping. So we're immediately going to start bringing fire into that core. We're going to warm everything up, starting with that center. Just lifting and lowering for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold those knees lifted. Just hold here for a little bit. Good. Keep holding. Keep those hips down low. Everything, your whole spine should be nice and straight. Someone should be able to set a glass of water on your back right now without it spilling because you're so still. Breathing through this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Begin to walk your feet out to a plank position, and then just walk your feet back underneath you to the starting position. Good. Walking out and bending those knees to walk in. Yes, you can. We're just getting nice and warm. You'll start to feel this immediately. Good. Now just change what foot you're bringing in first, just to change it up a little bit. Make sure we're even on both sides. A few more here. I know those shoulders are talking to you already. Last 2. And last 1. Good. Meet me in that full plank position. Hold here, and I'll just lift those hips up to come into a downward dog, and then come forward. So moving into just like a little plank to pike right here. allowing yourself to really hit each movement. So really sink into this downward dog. before you come into this full plank. And then when you come to this full plank, really hit this full plank. And then come back. Good. Breathe through this. You have just 5, 4, last 3, 2, and last 1. Meet me in that plank and we're just holding here. Yes, you can. We're holding. Breathing through this, squeeze those glutes. It's going to help you hold this longer and take out any tension in that low back. You have just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set those knees down. Let's take a quick child's pose to come back. You guys probably are already immediately feeling lots of warmth in the body. Nice and warmed up now. We're going to continue on with lots more movement here. So take just one more deep inhale in and exhale, release everything out. Amazing. You're going to come right on back to that position we were in before. So you're back on those hands and you're jumping straight back into another plank. I know. We're going to meet me up in this plank. Yes, you can. And from here, you're going to lift that right leg up and just pull that knee into the chest. Good. You're lifting it out long and pulling that knee in nice and controlled. Good. Extend out. Pull it in. Extending out and in. You have just 3, 2, and last 1. Keep the knee tucked into the chest. Tap the knee down, lift it up. You're just tapping the knee down and lifting it back up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Hold that leg up. Hold here. Holding everything nice and slow. That knee tucked up as high as you can to the chest for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step that right leg all the way through into a full runner's lunge position. Amazing. Go ahead and stretch forward, sinking those hips down. Nice to get it off of those hands, off those wrists, and off of those shoulders. It's a lot of work in that upper body, just holding those planks. You guys are already killing it. Let yourself sink deeply into this. Now come forward and let this right leg stretch out straight so you get a nice big stretch in that right leg, in the back side of that posterior chain on the right side. Let your hip just stack over that knee and bend your chest down towards the right leg. Breathing through this for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come back forward. Now from here, you're going to bring that right foot back into a full plank. And now before we go to the other side, I want you guys to come into a left side plank here. I know. So we're just holding this left side plank. Find your balance. If you need to modify this, you can bring this left knee down. This right leg comes out straight. You can amplify it by lifting this right leg up just a tiny bit. But we're going to start just in that full plank. The arm reaches out high to the ceiling. We're holding here for a second. And now I want everybody to start pulsing those hips up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now from here, you're going to bend your legs to sit your glute, your left glute, to just tap down onto the mat here and lift back up. Good. You're lowering down and lifting back up. Letting you flow through this motion. You have just 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Good. Hold in that plank. Set everything down really quickly. You're going to reach for a dumbbell. I'm going to turn to face you guys. You guys can stay exactly where you are. I don't want to have my back talking to you guys the entire time here. So from here, you have that dumbbell. I want you to pop straight back up into that full plank position. Good. Now from here, you're going to take this dumbbell. You're going to rotate it underneath the body, nice and controlled. Lift back up. Set those glutes down. You're going to come onto your forearm and you're going to lift your legs up together to tap and reach towards the toes with that dumbbell and then you're gonna lower down, twist back over, come up onto the palm of that hand, you come into that full side plank, you twist under, you lift back up. All right, let's do this all together now. This is a good one. You work so many different parts of the body. Whew. And it burns quickly, that is for sure. Nice and control as you lift those legs up high, reach those fingers towards those toes, keeping this chest lifted up nice and high. We're not collapsing into that shoulder. And then we press straight on back up. Amazing. Just a few more here. You guys are so strong. Don't give up on me. If you need to modify this, you can drop that dumbbell, but I want you to try and stay with it. This is all you have to do today. So can you push yourself past the point of when you want to stop? When you want to stop, that is when you start. I want you to think that. This is our last one. We curl under and lift up. And we set down and tap those toes. Good. Go ahead and set that dumbbell back down in front of you. I'm going to come back over to this side of the mat here. Let's press everything immediately back up into that full plank. And of course, we have to jump everything over to the other side and do everything on that other side. So we come into that full plank position. Good. Now from here, the left leg reaches up. It bends into the chest. Good. Keep going here. Can you pull that knee in even more? Yes, you can. Pulling it in, nice and controlled. Breathing through this. You have just 5, 4, I'm starting to sweat, embrace it. 3, last 2, and last one. Hold that knee in and just tap the knee down. We're not setting everything down and relaxing. It's just a tap. I want to keep you in that tension and in that movement for as long as possible. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that knee in, and we're just holding and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg all the way forward. Get off of those wrists and those shoulders. Let's take that deep stretch on this side. So sink those hips all the way down, nice and deep. Maybe you roll out your shoulders here a little bit if you're feeling it a lot up there. Whew. This is gonna be a good one. We're just getting started too. All right, straighten that front leg and let's get that nice big deep stretch in the back side of that left leg. Breathing through this. We have 5, 4, can you get your chest deeper to that leg, sink deeper into this stretch. You have 2, and last 1. Good, bring everything back into that runner's lunge, and we're coming straight back into that full plank. Great, now from here, we're gonna rotate over to the other side, so you're on your right wrist now. That hand reaches up high to the ceiling. We're holding here, just finding a good position that feels good. Again, you guys can take that modification if necessary, but if you didn't do it on the other side, don't do it on this side. All right, let's hold here, and now just start pulsing those hips up and down. You have just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. The hand reaches overhead. We go into those taps with the glutes. So we're tapping that right glute down and extending straight back out to that full plank. Good. Tapping down and coming back up. You're going to want to make sure your feet, just in case you're a little confused, should both be on the mat like this, because you're going to use both for support. Good. Keep going. Breathing through this. You have just 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Amazing. Set it down. Go ahead and grab that dumbbell. We're going to move into that move that's a little bit more complicated, a little bit longer of a sequence. So we're going to press everything back up to that full plank. You guys are going to twist your body, bring that dumbbell underneath that right arm and right hand, reach it back up high to the ceiling, set those glutes down with control, come onto that elbow. This hand stays lifted the entire time, the left one, and then you're just lifting your legs up, tapping the toes, reaching for them, and controlly bringing it back down before pressing yourself all the way back up. So strong here. This is where we finish this little sequence at. You guys get a little bit of a break on this other side here. Whew. Yes, you can. You guys are absolutely killing it. Twist, lift. Maybe the twist doesn't feel good for you today. You can take that out. That is the beauty of Pilates. There's always a way to adjust things so that you can stay in the movement and keep working with where you're at. Keep going. We have just 2 more. This is your last one. Twist under the body, reach up high to the ceiling, lower down, come onto that elbow, touch those toes. Maybe we really control all the way to bring those legs down, and then press back up into that plank just to finish it out. Amazing. Set those hips down. You can place that dumbbell down for now. Get rid of it for a second. Let's have everybody come onto their heel, their glutes onto their heels, and let's just take a little stretch. It's just opening that chest out a little bit, letting the head fall back. The fingertips are reaching for the wall behind you. That feels really good, really nice. You can press your chest out. That's gonna get you a deeper stretch. Let's come forward and just do some shoulder circles. So circling those shoulders back. This is the only time I'll let you bring your shoulders up towards your ears before they fall right back down. And every time we tell you to roll your shoulders back, this is exactly what we mean. Roll them back as you're doing movements and keep them here. All right, reverse those circles. So now we're rolling those shoulders forward. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go ahead and jump straight on into a little glute series. So you guys are gonna need both of those dumbbells. I know those ankle weights are killer, but if you want to add a little bit more, you can actually throw a band around your legs. You can just put it up above your thighs and do movement from there. But of course you don't need that. I don't even have that today, so that is optional. If you're wanting to be super, super advanced today, go ahead and take that. You can just have those dumbbells out to the side. We'll use them in a little bit, but we're gonna start just kind of getting into our legs here before we introduce the full body. So from here, you're just gonna lift your right leg up and lower it back down. Just your basic donkey kick that everyone's really familiar with in Pilates. So you're on those hands, your shoulders and hands are squared. You're not sinking into this left hip. Your hips are both parallel to the ground as you lift this right leg up and down. Good. Keep going. Breathing through this. Really resist the weight as you come down and as you lift up. This isn't about as fast as you can go. That actually bypasses a lot of work. I want you to really lift with control. That's how you start to really engage and fatigue that muscle there. You have just 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, hold up and give me pulses up and down. So you're just pulsing up and down about 2 inches, nothing crazy. I want you to stay at that top range of motion so we really start to burn out that right glute. Yes, you can. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold up. And now you're gonna cross the right leg over to cross over to the left side. And you're gonna tap the toe down and then rainbow the leg over to tap towards the right side of the room. Good. So just moving into those rainbows, keeping your upper body as still as possible. Again, we're not dumping into either side of the body. You wanna keep your front part of your body, your chest, facing down squared to the mat. You should have equal weight in both of your hands. Breathing through this. I know this is gonna start to burn. It's surprising how much just 2 or 3 pounds can add to those legs. Yes, you can. I did legs yesterday, so I feel extra tight, and I feel like this is feeling a little extra difficult. I feel like I say that all the time, but because I normally will film these videos right after a leg day, which now that I think about it, I don't know why I do that, but you know, here we are. We have just 2 more. This is your last 1, tap over to the right to finish that out. Good, and then come back center. From here, we're keeping in the work, so bend the knee in, and now we're just lifting and lowering from the bend of that knee. Good, lifting up, lowering back down. So the same range of motion that we started in, that leg is just bent now. Yes, you can. Breathing through this, keeping that core engaged the entire time. It's really easy to forget about the core. We move into a lot of leg work, but using that core is gonna help make everything easier. And it's gonna give it definition, which I know everybody wants. You have just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once again, hold up and give me those pulses up and down. Yes, you can, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg up, and I want you to extend that leg out straight and bend it back in. So we're doing little hamstring curls here. Good, you're just bending that leg in and extending it back out. Bending in and out. Again, nice and controlled. Can you lift that right leg up even higher and bend in for 5, 4, you have 3, 2, and last 1. Good, lower that leg down. Okay, from here, we're gonna grab onto that dumbbell. We're gonna turn this up a notch. So we're gonna introduce a little bit of that upper body work. You only need a dumbbell in that left hand. We're gonna keep burning out that glute, so stay with me here. From here, you're gonna pull everything into the chest. So that left arm with the dumbbell reaches in, and the right knee reaches up towards that dumbbell. Can you tap everything together? So for all 4, I'm gonna try and tap everything up at the top. You're giving that spine a little bit of a dome right there, pulling everything in, really hitting that crunch, and then we're extending everything out long. Good, pulling everything in and extending everything out. This takes a lot of control. These bird dogs are challenging, especially when you have weight on both sides of the body. Breathing through this, making sure to really hit that crunch. Don't bypass this. This is really great for the core here. And extending everything out. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Good, on this one, we're holding everything out long. The arm stays out long, the right leg stays out long, and we're pulsing up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold out. Now from here, you're going to reach towards the back as this right leg pulls in. So moving back into those hamstring curls, but with that arm. Good, and then everything extends back out. Good, pulling everything in, twisting and looking to the left side of the room, and extending everything back out long. Yes, you can. You have last 6, 5, 4, stay with me, 3, control this, 2, and last 1. Yes, you can. Pull everything in and set that leg down. That was killer. Okay, let's come quick into a little child's pose before we move over and do the other side. Whew. Hope you guys are getting a little sweating. I am too. This room gets very hot very quickly. All right, let's jump straight on into it and knock out this other side. So to start, you don't need that dumbbell, so you can just keep it to the side. Both of your hands are gonna be down flat on the mat. This time, that left leg is extending out, and we're just lifting that leg up and lowering it down. This is probably gonna feel pretty nice at first because you're finally off that other side, and you also don't have anything in your hands. You're like, thank goodness. So just reaching up and down. So using this time to really think about your form, making sure you're not dumping into either side of the body, and that your hips are super square, and that you're moving with control. When we do simpler movements like this, it gives us an opportunity to really think about what we're doing and really move that mind-muscle connection. So think about lifting with your glute and lowering from the glute. You can close your eyes and literally imagine you're lifting from those places and notice how it feels different in your body. That's how I want you to try and show up every single class. And eventually it will become muscle memory and you'll start to move that way. But you have to be aware of it and really think about it when you're first doing it. All right, we have 5, 4. You guys know what's coming for 3, 2, and last one, hold up. and give me those pulses up and down. Just 2 inches, keeping everything else really still. Breathing through this. If you don't know where we're headed next, that's okay. That's why I'm here. Whew. Breathing through this. You have just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up, and now cross the left leg over the right, getting that nice tap on the right side of the body or the right side of the room, and then you're rainbowing that leg up and tapping it over to the left side of the room. Yes, you can. We're just tapping and rainbowing. Think about how pretty and lighthearted a rainbow is, even if you're over there shaking and sweating. I know you guys got this. You're so strong. You have just 5, 4. Sometimes this side feels easier, but I feel like most of the time it feels harder because we already burnt out that other leg, and that other leg is still working because it's supporting you, so it's more tired. Breathing through this. You have last 2. And last 1. Reach that leg to tap in the left quarter to finish. Good, bring that leg in, and now we're moving into those lifts with that bent leg. So the left leg reaches up, it's just bent this time before it taps back down. Good, reaching up, lowering down. Breathing into this. Again, I'm gonna remind you about your core. Even your shoulders, don't hunch your shoulders up. Keep those shoulders still rolled down your back as you're in this position. Good. You have just 5, 4, 3, yes you can. You're doing so good for 2. And last one, hold up. Give me those pulses up and down. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, lower that leg all the way down. Oh no, don't lower down. We're keeping it lifted and you're extending that leg out. Don't worry, I didn't forget. I did for a second, but you know, get right into it. We gotta get those hamstring curls before we move in with that dumbbell. Letting that leg extend and letting it bend with control. You have just 5, 4, last 3, 2, and last 1. Good, now lower that leg down. You can shake it out for a second before we jump in with this dumbbell. So this time you're gonna want that dumbbell in your right hand. We're keeping that left leg as the leg extending and the leg working. You are gonna feel it in your right because you also have a lot of weight pressing into that right glute. But if you're starting to feel it way too much, that might mean that your hips are shifting this way slightly, so you wanna re-square them so they're just forward and you're lifting from that left leg. All right, let's get straight on into this. So from here, everything crunches in and then everything extends out long. Good, we pull everything in, extend everything out. There's not too much here. You guys can do this. Breathing through this. You have just 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Hold everything out, hold. Find your highest point of tension with both the arm and the leg. You need pulses up and down. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold everything out. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit so I don't hit the wall. We're gonna move in back into those hamstring curls, but this time you're twisting your body, reaching your right hand for the heel before it extends back out. Good, twisting and reaching. Breathing through this, I am shaking. Yes, you can. Stay with me now, don't drop it. We have just 5. We have just 4, you can do it. We have 3, I know, for 2, and last 1. Good, bring everything down. Let's come back into that child's pose. You guys definitely deserve it. Taking a few breaths here. Okay, we're gonna move into a tiny bit more glute work. I know, it's not too bad, I promise, but we wanna get that. It's got a good, like, full body movement in there. So from here, we're gonna jump right on into our right side. Actually, let's start this way, so that way you guys can give that left glute a little bit of a break. From here, you're gonna have your palms facing out towards the wall on that left side. Your body's facing forward, you're on this knee, the right leg is extended out long to the side of you. You're gonna place that dumbbell into your hand, you're reaching up high to the ceiling. So from here, you're gonna reach just this leg up and lower it back down. Nothing crazy yet. We're just starting to get you into this movement. Reaching up, lowering down, breathing into this. You have just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Hold this leg up and give me little pulses up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold everything out. Now from here, you're gonna bend everything in to touch. You wanna bring that elbow to touch the knee, and then extend everything out long, bringing this arm overhead on a high diagonal. Good, pull everything in, reach everything out. Good, pulling everything in and out. You guys know the drill. You have 6, 5. Keep this leg up as high as you can for 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Here comes my dog. Extend everything out, hold here, and just give me pulses up and down from here. I guess she's joining me and laying down right here. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Go ahead and set that down. From here, we're gonna do a quick little stretch. I guess she is joining, so we'll see how this goes. She was laying nice and peacefully over there. I want you guys to just cross this right leg over the left knee and sit here and just take a few breaths in. You should feel this really, really good in that right glute. The closer you bring your chest towards your foot, the more you're gonna feel this. The further away you are, the less you're gonna feel it. Good, so I promised that one side, that this one little sequence to finish out the booty was gonna be quick. So we just have to do it on the other side, and you guys are done with glute work for the day, I promise. But it really is, you add those dumbbells in, it becomes a full body exercise, and it definitely gets that heart rate up. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and do it on the other side. Hi, Soul. This is my dog. She was in, I think, some of the other videos too. She really just loves to be around people regardless of what's going on, even if that means just laying and being a part of it. So, all right, let's jump straight on into it. Girlfriend, you're kind of in the way. So from here, we're going to bend this right leg. The left one extends out long. That dumbbell comes into our left hand. Everything reaches up high to the ceiling. And from here, the arm stays still. The leg just lifts up and down. Good, we're lifting up and down, making sure this bottom hand is stacked right in line with that shoulder. Good, breathing through this. So we're just lifting and lowering this left leg up and down. Yes, my dog did disappear. She's getting too crazy, so we had to put her away. She's right out in the other room. But focus here now, breathing through this. I know that leg's on fire. You have just 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Hold it up and those pulses up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg up. Now pull everything in, tapping the elbow towards the knee and extending everything out long, bringing this hand overhead on that high diagonal. Good, pulling everything in and extending it out. Yes, you can. Breathing through this. You have just 5, 4, 3. I can feel this, my legs are on fire for 2. And last 1, extend everything out and finish with those pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, set everything down. Amazing, let's go ahead and do that stretch on this other leg. So this time we're crossing the left leg over the right side of the body. Wow, that feels good instantly. Breathing into this, finding this time to catch your breath. You can maybe sway your hips back and forth if that feels good for you, or you can just hold in stillness here. All right, we're getting close to the end of this workout. You guys are killing it, so thanks for staying with me. And thank yourself for actually showing up and working hard and sticking with this whole workout. I know that's not easy. So we're gonna move into a little bit more of a core sequence. So you can just bring those dumbbells by your sides. We will use them a little bit more here in a second. You can bring your head down on the mat. It probably feels good to be off of your hands and off of those shoulders. But in a little bit, you're gonna wish that you were on them. So we're gonna finish with a series down here on the ground. From here, we're gonna start just bring fire into that core. So your arms are long by your side. You're gonna lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Those hands are gonna come to a hover. Those knees are gonna come into the chest. You wanna extend these legs out long, and we're gonna do hundreds. For inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep going here. You're pumping these arms up and down. You're squeezing these legs together. You're shooting energy through those toes towards the wall in front of you. Yes, you can. If you want to make this more challenging, you can lower the legs down even further, or you can lift them up higher if you need a little bit more of a modification. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Keep going. You can also modify by bending the knees. We keep the head and shoulders lifted up as high as you can. Keep going here. I want you to challenge yourself. Pick what's ever challenging. Yes, you can, but maintain good form. That's also very important. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Pause. Bend those knees into the chest. Lower those head and shoulders down onto the mat. That was killer instantly. Those never get easier. We're gonna place our hands into these dumbbells. Our legs are gonna come back into tabletop position. We're gonna shoot our hands up high to the ceiling. We're gonna take some dead bugs here. So from here, you're gonna extend your left leg down, and as the left leg comes down, your left hand's gonna reach overhead. Good, and then you pull everything back up to the start position, and we switch sides. So as the left leg straightens out, the right arm reaches behind your head. Good, and then everything comes back forward. Keep going here. Breathing through this. Yes, you can. I feel like dead bugs just feel kind of good in a way. They start to burn, but it also feels kind of like a nice stretch, especially after being up on our shoulders. Like having the weight reaching and pressing against us in the opposite way. Kind of feels good. Maybe that's just me. Keep going. You guys got this. Really engaging that core. Since our head's down, we just want that spine nice and neutral, but still think about curling that tailbone under and pulling that waist in. Yes, you can. We have just 2 more on each side. This is our last one. Finishing with this right leg and that left arm. Good. Meet everything back up center. Now from here, we're gonna do the same thing, except our legs and arms are gonna reach out at the exact same time. So those legs are in tabletop. They're gonna extend out as the arms reach overhead, and then you pull everything back up to the start position. Good. Extend everything out long. Pull everything back in. Breathing through this. You have just 5, 4, last 3, last 2, and last 1. Good. Meet me at this top. Those legs are in tabletop. Now these arms are gonna reach down, and your head and shoulders gonna come up in a little crunch, and you're just gonna set everything down. So we're just moving the upper body right now. Those legs are staying super, super still, having to use the core to keep them still. Breathing into this. Yes, you can. If those hip flexors are feeling like a bit much, either take those dumbbells off or butterfly the legs out a little bit. That might help those. Keep going. You have just 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Good. Adding on to this same movement. So you're just gonna keep with that motion of the upper body, lifting the head and shoulders, the arm comes out long, and now the legs once again extend out long, and then you pull everything back as you lift up and the head and shoulders come down. Good. Pressing everything out, lifting everything back up. So strong here. You're probably feeling this a little bit in those hip flexors. That's actually quite normal because a lot of our hip flexors are very weak. And when we have those ankle weights on, it makes them have to work extra hard. But we can also strengthen our core, so our core works more than our hip flexors. Breathing through this, you have just 4, 3, last 2, and give me this last 1. And I want you to hold here, and we're just holding, finding that shake. Yes, you can. You want to lift those legs up higher, you can. Breathing through this, those arms stay at that hover. You have just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring everything to that start position. Amazing. You can lower those hands down. We can bring these legs out straight in front of us. We're going to finish with just a little bit of roll-ups here and some weighted roll-ups to make it a little bit more of a challenge. So those hands are going to come straight up to the ceiling. And now from here, you can flex those feet and just begin to lift yourself all the way up. Stopping right here. We don't really want to reach forward just because those weights make it a little bit difficult. If you do want a bit of a stretch, you can set them down, stretch forward, pick them back up, and then we're going to slowly articulate our spine to come all the way back down. So just lifting ourselves back up and articulating our spine to come back down. Good. Coming up with control, we're using just the core. We're just moving from that core. We're sitting up super tall at the top. We're letting those arms shake a little bit. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, coming back down onto the mat. Amazing. Keep going here. Once everyone's at the top here, we're all going to take an 8 count to come down. So we're going down for 8, 7, don't make me down, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So let's do the same thing on the way up. So let's take an 8 count up. So let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Continuing at your own pace now here. Keeping that pace nice and controlled though. We have just 2 more. Bring it all the way back down. Now on this last one, you're gonna meet me at the top. Amazing, you can set those weights down. I know those arms are feeling a little shaky now. You can set them to the side and let's just bring our feet out past the mat. They're a little bit further than hip distance apart. We're gonna take a nice little stretch to start to cool ourselves down. So flex those feet. You're gonna reach your arms out into a T position. From here, you're gonna twist your body towards the right, keeping the spine up nice and tall, the crown of the head long to the ceiling. And now you're gonna reach your fingertips towards the right toes to bring yourself down in the chest, down towards that knee to get a bit of a stretch. As you sink and reach here, I want you to think about gluing this left hip down even more and not lifting off the mat. Good, and then we come all the way back up, we come center, and then we twist over to the other side. Again, as we twist to this left side, we're sinking that right hip down even more. That's just gonna get you even deeper to the stretch. Good, center. Continuing here with this same motion. You guys absolutely killed that full body workout. That was not easy stuff. You should be very proud of yourselves. You deserve this little bit of a cool down. We also have so many other workouts in our library, so feel free to check out everything else. You can find more specific things if you're looking for just core, just upper body, just booty. We have everything, all different levels, all different props. If you guys are investing in home props, that's always a good idea to keep your workouts more fun and interesting. All right, let's come back center. Close these legs together. Now let's reach our hands up high to the ceiling and just bend over into a deep forward fold. If you have those ankle weights on, you can go ahead and take them off. Might be a little bit more comfortable when you're stretching to get them out of the way. And we're just reaching forward here. Letting ourselves sink deeply into this. You can pull up on the backs of those feet. That'll get you deeper into your calves right here. Flexing those feet and pulling back those toes back towards you. We have just 3 more breaths here. Maybe you can let yourself sink a little bit deeper into each breath and come all the way back up. All right, let's come just to the front of our mat, bringing our heels, our hips onto our heels. Let's finish with arm circles. So let's just circle arms back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now circle forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's take one more stretch with the upper body. So you're gonna bring your hands so that they're wrapped around one another. Grab the right hand onto the left and just pull that hand, the left hand, over to the right side of the room. Good. Ooh. Feels good. Come back center. Just switch the hand, grabbing the left into the right, and reach up and over to the other side of the room. Amazing. Come center. And let's take just 2 big deep breaths to finish this out here. So inhale, reach your hands up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale, reach everything up. Make this your biggest exhale yet as you come and exhale all the way through. Bring your hands through heart center, being so grateful for all the work that you just did and being so grateful for your body and the fact that it's able to even move. So thank you guys for moving with me. I had a great time, gotten a great workout. I hope you guys did too. And I will see you back probably in a few videos here, but all the other instructors are amazing as well. Like I said before, there are tons to pick from. So find what you love, tell us what you want to see down below, and we'll see you guys in another workout.